Hey everybody, how are you? We hope this finds you well. We are here tonight to talk to you. Mr. Chris is coming in soon. He just was doing some things first, and then he...
Miss Mel.
Hi, Mr. Chris.
Hi, Miss
Are you
Mel.
okay?
I'm not feeling that great.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't look that great tonight.
Look at my nose, everybody.
Oh.
Look how red my nose is. Look at my eyes, they're all red.
Oh.
Look at nose is red on this side too.
Are you okay?
I'm not feeling great, Miss Mel.
No.
I was outside a lot today, and I think my allergies are kicking in.
Yeah, we're all feeling the allergies right now here in Northern Virginia, and I wonder if you are too.
Yeah, and of course, we, a lot of people have been getting sick.
Yeah.
And so people have been staying home, right? And they've been doing other precautions. Oh, Miss Mel, you got any advice for me to how I can feel better? What are some things I could do to not get sick in the first place?
Well,
Look at my nose, everybody.
well, this would work for both allergies and getting sick.
Yeah,
Okay.
what are some things I could do?
So when you're outside, I noticed you were mowing the lawn today.
Yes.
Right? You can wear a mask.
Look at your fun mask that you have there. Oh, look, it's Baby Yoda.
You can wear a mask, and it keeps the pollen from getting in your nose, Mr. Chris.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you say that twice as loud?
It keeps the pollen from getting in your nose and your mouth.
Oh, if I had worn a mask outside, the stuff would have hit the mask and not gotten on my nose.
Right. It's also really helpful when you're out in grocery stores or everything right now, because I know in Virginia we're in phase 1, and so you have to wear face coverings.
Yeah, that's what phase 1 means in Virginia. I think different
Right.
states have
They
different
all
things.
have different things.
Oh, what else can I do, Miss Mel?
Well, when you get back in, you can
Look at my hands,
wash
Miss Mel.
your hands.
I sneezed earlier, and I got stuff all over my hands. Look at everybody. Look at the grossness
No,
on there.
Mister. Oh, okay. We don't do that.
No, that's
We
bad?
don't wipe it on people.
Okay, it's just paint. It's not
It's just
really.
paint.
It's not really anything
Because-
from my nose.
So, so, when you come inside after you've been outside, whether you've been at the grocery store or out eating
Anywhere, really.
anywhere or lawn mowing, you want to get all that gunk off you. So taking a shower really helps right after.
Taking a shower helps, and then of course I should have washed my hands, right? So I don't
Yes.
have even the paints are left on there.
Right. Get them. Now, when you go out,
Yeah.
here's another way you can help yourself. We carry around,
Water bottle?
nope, hand
kinda looks like a
sanitizer.
oh,
it
it's
does,
hand
but we
san-
don't drink this.
No.
Don't drink this.
That'd be poisonous.
So-
what do you do with it?
Well, we put it in our
What do you
hands.
do with that?
We put it in our hands, and then we rub it together, and we rub it all over, Mr. Chris, all over your hands. You do your nails in between, around,
in there.
top. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Michelle is watching. Michelle, we're doing sanitizing and hand sanitizer.
Woo! That one's got some.
That's strong.
That's a strong one.
Here's the other thing you need to
Making
do.
my nose run.
Oh boy. Oh. Well, we also need to drink lots of.
Water.
Thank you.
That. Can I have a sip of that? Oh, thank you.
As my principal says, hydration makes a happy brain, and it also keeps your system running well. Let's move this aside. Okay, the next.
Water is awesome.
It is.
I love it. Stay hydrated.
going to stay
I
hydrated.
did not have enough water when I was outside mowing the lawn again.
And we did a 5K
did everything
this
wrong.
morning.
And we
so
did a 5K today.
A virtual one. Thanks, Michelle. So, and then Mr. Chris, it sounds like you're pretty stuffy, bud.
I am.
So you want to use some what? What do you need for your nose?
Oh, right. Like a handkerchief? Wait, I have a handkerchief.
Oh, well,
what you want?
maybe disposable tissues at this point in our life. There's a lot going around.
Yeah, that's not. Oh,
Okay. So my grandfather.
that one's not dirty.
That's a
at all.
hanky. My grandfather used
You
to
can
use
blow
a
your nose
hanky
in this, but then the boogers are in this, and then this is dirty.
That's gross. Use disposable tissues. And when you're done with the tissue, Mr. Chris, do you crumble it up and throw it on the floor for your mom to pick up?
Yes.
No.
No, that'd be the wrong answer.
Wrong.
It goes in the garbage.
It goes right in the garbage.
And then you go wash your hands or use that hand sanitizer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I might need to use this right now.
Okay. Nope.
That's bad?
Yes, don't blow your nose.
Why not?
Because you're very close to me.
But if I turn this way,
you can turn that way
and
away.
then everything goes into the tissue, right?
Stop.
So. Uh-oh.
Oh.
The smell.
Yes. Where'd your nose go?
My nose ran away.
So.
I got a runny nose.
You have a runny nose.
I got a runny nose. I got to go catch it.
Okay.
While you read the story.
Okay. Well, you know what? It just so happens that our story tonight is called Agent Tissue Has an Issue.
I need Agent Tissue right now. Agent Tissue, where are you?
All right. So, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to read the story Agent Tissue Has an Issue. And we are... Oop, my glasses. Okay. This is one kind of goes well with where we are right now. Hey, Tara. Oh, Miss Michelle, you're hilarious. Okay, so Agent Tissue has an issue. From the top of the slide, Will and Peter saw the man in the white limping through the woods. His suit was white. His socks were white. His shoes were white. In fact, the only spot of color on him were his lime green tie and black sunglasses. He shambled past the tree line onto the playground, favoring his left leg. "Who is that?" Peter asked with a shrug. Will shrugged back and said, "I don't know. Let's go find out." As he skidded down the silver slope, the boys rushed the stranger, who was too busy staring at a small device in his hands to notice. "Mister," started Will, "what you doing?" "I'm tracking an escaped fugitive," the man said in a nasally voice, never taking his eyes off the monitor flashing in his palm. "I'm Agent Tissue from the American Central Health Organization, Olfactory Division, or ACHU for short." Peter asked, "What's a fugitive?" "It's someone who has escaped," exclaimed Will. "Little bugger got loose and set a trap for me in the woods. I slipped, fell, and twisted my ankle pretty badly," explained Agent Tissue, collapsing to the ground. "Are you okay?" asked Peter with genuine concern. "I will be, but I'm afraid this fugitive has given me the slip, and I'm in no condition to continue the hunt. Poor little girl is going to have to be so disappointed," Agent Tissue said as he removed his left shoe. "What girl?" asked Will. "This is satellite video taken 10 minutes ago," Agent Tissue said, gritting his teeth to fight through the pain. Pressing a button, he flipped his handheld around to face the boys. On the small screen, a movie played showing a little girl dribbling a basketball in her driveway. "That's Pepper," Peter said, recognizing his neighbor. "She lives next door to me." The boys watched as Pepper tucked the ball under her arm. Her head drew back and she sucked in 3 short but deep breaths. Then, in one violent action, her head flew forward as if she was going to sneeze. But she didn't sneeze. She just winced. When she looked back up, her face was different. Her nose was gone. "A word of advice. Never hold it in," said Agent Tissue. "Her nose blew off her face." "It did?" asked Peter. Bewildered. "I didn't know that could happen." "Oh, yes," explained Agent Tissue, reaching down to rub his ankle. "Most noses don't like being on their faces, but sometimes a nose just gets itchy. This nose is a runner." "How can you tell if your nose is a runner?" asked Peter, touching his nose, nervous that it would leap off his face. Agent Tissue looked over his sunglasses and said, "It isn't easy to pick out when one is a runner, but over time you develop a nose for this sort of thing. I can tell you this, be kind to your nose and it will be more likely to stick with you. And whatever you do, don't pick on it. Noses hate to be taunted." Can we help you track down Pepper's nose, Agent Tissue? Asked Will. When a nose begins to run, things tend to get... Agent Tissue paused for a moment, choosing his next words carefully. Icky. We can handle it, said Will with a nod. Brave words, said Agent Tissue, but you need to know before you help. This could get messy. We're in, said Peter, gently caressing the outside of his nose. Okay, then. This device tracks a unique slime signature given off by a runner, said Agent Tissue, pointing at his handheld. When a nose escapes, it leaves a little green particle behind that can be traced using the snotoscope. Cool, said Peter. A booger tracker. Like footprints, exclaimed Will. Precisely, nodded Agent Tissue. And according to these readings, the nose came through these woods and is hiding somewhere in this playground. Flare out and keep your eyes peeled. If you see it, try and grab it with one of these. Agent Tissue handed each of the boys a white cloth. These are special handkerchiefs meant for wiping noses. Do not touch the running nose with your bare hands. The experience is not pleasant. Will went toward the seesaws on one side of the playground. Peter went toward the swings, which were on the other side. They moved inward toward the center of the playground. Will found no sign of the runner by the tire swing. Peter noticed that the merry-go-round was spinning slightly, but he concluded a slight breeze had made it move. Agent Tissue surveyed the entire playground, his eyes shifting from the rickety bridge to the monkey bars to the device in his hands. The signal crisscrosses over all the whole playground, he yelled. But it doesn't leave this area. It has to be here somewhere. Will and Peter met at the tire tunnel, the structure in the exact center of the playground. We've checked everywhere, said Peter. Not everywhere, said Will, pointing down at the line of tires. It must be in here. I'll take this end. You take that end. We'll crawl in and grab it. Peter nodded in agreement and took up his position. Silently, Will counted to 3. 1, 2, 3. And both boys ducked in either end. There, in the middle of the tunnel, basking in a cone of light coming through a crack between 2 tires, was Pepper's nose. It snorted and took 2 quick sniffs in either direction. Then it darted toward Peter. Peter howled in surprise. It's coming this way! As the little schnoz leapt up onto his face. Peter's eyes crossed, trying to focus on Pepper's nose, which was now standing on his nose. Peter felt a shiver of panic run through him as he pictured his own nose falling in love with Pepper's nose and escaping to live on a beach somewhere in a remote jungle. Suddenly, Pepper's nose bent back and sucked in a gasp of air. Then, before he could even blink, it blew a thick stream of warm, wet goop all over Peter's face. Splat! Oh, gross! Yelled Peter, dropping his white rag and throwing his hands to his face. I see it! Shouted Will. Get it! Get it! Peter blinked greenish-yellow ooze out of his eyes and grabbed for the runaway nose. For a moment he had it in his hands, but it squirmed loose, leapt on his shoulder, and scurried across his back toward the daylight at the end of the tunnel. Will scampered around Peter, who sat there stunned, dripping in slime. Sorry, guys. Will swung his handkerchief at the nose, but whiffed. When he tumbled out of the tunnel, he spotted the nose, leaping up steps of Jungle Gym. There, Will shouted to Agent Tissue, who looked up from his device to see the nose duck around the corner toward the bumpy slide. Will pursued the nose up the steps and down the slide, over the monkey bars, down the fireman's pole, swinging from rings to the climbing rope. Will chased the little nose. Will was fast, but the nose was faster. Sucking wind, Will was about to give up. Then all at once, he caught the sense of inspiration. Stopping, Will said. Na 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 na. Hey, Nose, I bet you can't catch me. You're so slow, you couldn't catch a cold. The Nose screeched to a halt, turned, and faced Will. Slowly at first, but then, picking up speed, the Nose charged after Will. Will took off like a shot, and renewed energy of hope surging through his legs. He weaved between slides, shouting, "Is that all you've got? Geez, you stink at this." Scaling the rock wall, Will yelled, "Smell you later," as he watched the Nose, which was red with fury, hop from ledge to ledge, trying to catch him. Zooming down the slide, Will shouted, "Let's face it, you blew it," and headed back toward the tunnel. The Nose burned with anger and rage. Will scampered into the tire tunnel and scrambled toward the other side. Looking over his shoulder, he spotted the Nose closing in behind him. Will tumbled out of the tunnel, spun, and watched as the Nose lunged out of the opening toward his face. "Now!" he screamed. Peter, who was perched on the top of the tire tunnel, swung his white handkerchief down like a net. The Nose crashed into the rag, and Peter snatched it up, pinching the corners together to keep it trapped inside. "We got it!" he yelled triumphantly. "We got it!" Agent Tissue clapped and shouted, "Great job, boys! Bring it to me!" Will and Peter beamed as they brought their quarry back to the Agent Tissue. "Yeah, that was fun," said Will enthusiastically. "Speak for yourself," argued Peter, handing the rag with Pepper's nose to Agent Tissue with one hand as he wiped goop from his chin with the other. "Here," said Agent Tissue, pulling a spray bottle from the inside of his coat. "This will help." Peter read the label. "Gesundheit?" "Yes," said Agent Tissue. "Spray that on the affected area, in your case, your face. The mucus will dissolve much quicker." Peter misted himself with the spray. The goop hardened and fell off his face in giant flakes. "Bless you kids for all your assistance," Agent Tissue said, pulling a plastic jar with holes punched in the lid from the other side of his jacket. In a practiced motion, Agent Tissue untwisted the lid, dumped the runaway Nose inside, and quickly screwed the top back on. "Safe and sound," he said as he placed the jar with the captive Nose back in his jacket. "I can tell you this, you've just made one little girl very happy." Will and Peter beamed as they helped Agent Tissue to his feet. "You going to be okay?" asked Will. Do you need us to come with you back to Pepper's house?" No, I'll be fine," said Agent Tissue. "I can walk on it. It was just the running that I was worried about. But before I go, let me just say thank you again for all your help. If you boys ever want a job, just let me know. I think you make great Achoo agents." "Thanks," said Will. "We'll think about it. Sounds like a fun job." "Wow," said Peter as they watched Agent Tissue walk back into the woods. "A job offer. Maybe we should consider it." Will smiled and said, "Maybe we should. I bet the pay is nothing to sneeze at." All right, guys. So thank you. Oh,
Miss Mel!
yes.
I got my nose back!
Yes. Awesome. So all of you, I see so many of my friends. Hi, Miss Wilcox. Hi, Sam. Hi, Erin. How are you guys doing? So we just wanted to say thank you for joining us again. Remember, stay safe and stay well and be kind to one another, and make sure that you're drinking lots of water and you're staying safe and you're staying clean, and you clean up your tissues. All right, everyone, stay safe, stay well, be kind.
Bless you!
Bless you. Uh-oh, it won't finish.